Human Nature. This is a new short course titled Human Nature, taken from the book Educational Programs by Muteb Alqarni. In this course, we will explore the nature of humans. What is the nature of humans and their original characteristics from the Islamic perspective? What are the drives and motivations of the self? In this course, you will get to know the nature of yourself and others. Thus, the benefit of the course is to understand the essence of humans and the proper ways to interact with them. We will divide this course into 3 sections. In the first section, we will present qualities that are not in humans, and we will say, humans are not such and such, and this is the section of negation. In the second section, we will present the essence of humans, saying that humans are such and such, or humans are prone to such and such, and this is the section of affirmation. In the final section, we will present what humans love, saying humans love such and such, and this is the section on human psychological desires and motivations. Remember that this course is Islamically oriented, but to make this course more beneficial and for all, try to interact with the upcoming questions and exercises. Let's begin. We start with the first rule and say, take it as a rule, humans are not knowledgeable. This is firstly, ignorance is inherent in humans. Humans are born ignorant and then learn. God says, He taught man that which he knew not, and He says, and man carried the trust. Indeed, he was unjust and ignorant. Therefore, the first thing we negate about humans is knowledge. Ignorance is inherent, but knowledge is acquired. When you understand this information, you will realize that ignorance is inherent in you and in others, and this information will teach you the importance of continuing to seek knowledge to eliminate ignorance within yourself, as well as teach you to accept those who wrong you to accommodate ignorance in them. The exercise. Mention 3 people who wronged you because they are ignorant and repeat audibly, humans are not knowledgeable. The goal of the previous exercise and the following exercises is to reinforce these principles within yourself, so you do not forget them when dealing with others. So we said that humans are ignorant. If they are ignorant, then it is expected that they will make mistakes. Therefore, the second trait we negate about humans is infallibility. So take it as a rule. Humans are not infallible, but rather, they always make mistakes. What will you learn when you understand this rule? You will lighten the blame on yourself and accept its mistakes, and you will not blame others when they wrong you. They are ignorant, so they make mistakes. Notice how your horizon expands when you know the nature of humans. Your relationships will not worsen as you understand the natures of your companions. The exercise. Mention 3 people who made mistakes against you and forgive them repeatedly, saying audibly, humans are not infallible. If humans suffer from ignorance, which makes them originally fallible, and they will continue to make mistakes, this confirms Murphy's Law, which says, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. In other words, if humans make mistakes, then mistakes indicate imperfection. So we will also negate perfection from them. So take it as a rule. Humans are not perfect, but rather deficient to root out ignorance and mistakes in them. Every action a human does will be done incorrectly without them realizing it due to their faulty nature. When you know this, your horizon will expand, and you will give up seeking perfection because perfection is impossible. Similarly, you will not demand perfection from others and friends, but accept them with their shortcomings. The exercise. Mention 3 people you dislike because of their shortcomings and declare your acceptance of them repeatedly, saying, humans are not perfect. Since knowledge has been negated from humans, as they are ignorant, infallibility has been negated from them, as they are fallible, and perfection has also been negated from them, as they are deficient, this is enough to negate the attribute of strength from humans. So take it as a rule. Humans are not strong. This is confirmed by the saying of Allah, "And man was created weak." When you understand this rule, you will sympathize with yourself and your physical abilities and mental potentials. You will sympathize with yourself because God created you weak from the beginning. You will accept the weakness within you and not exaggerate in sensing your abilities, and you will accept the weakness in others and not demand from them beyond their capabilities. For there is no power nor strength except from God. The exercise. Mention 3 diseases you or people you love have suffered from. Accept the matter and surrender to it, repeating, "And man was created weak." If humans are ignorant, and this drives them to error, and this error confirms their lack of infallibility, and this lack of infallibility confirms their imperfection and vulnerability, then this means that they are intentionally created with this weakness. This means that no matter how much they choose to learn, they will remain ignorant. And no matter how much they choose to attempt, they will make mistakes. And no matter how much they choose to fix their flaws, they will remain deficient. And no matter how much they choose rigorous training, they will remain weak. So what does this mean? This means that they have no free will. They are directed, not free. Thus, we negate and cancel the attribute of choice from them. So take it as a rule. Humans are not free. When you understand this, you will accept the fact that you inherit physical traits and hereditary diseases from your parents that you do not like, or you are not free to choose. The exercise. Mention 3 physical traits or hereditary diseases you inherited from your parents, and accept them, saying, "Humans are not free to choose." If humans are destined and genetically directed because they inherit genes from parents and ancestors including deformities, deficiencies, and diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, anemia, cancer genes, etc., this means that they are equipped to die and perish. Therefore, we can also negate the attribute of immortality from humans, so take it as a rule. Humans are not immortal. God says, "Everyone upon the earth will perish." When you understand this information, you will accept death as an inevitable fate, and you will plan short-term plans for 5 years. You will also accept the death of loved ones and work for yourself before the day of judgment. Notice how your horizon expands when you know the nature of mortal humans. The exercise. Mention 3 plans you hope to live long enough to accomplish and start acting on them now, repeatedly saying, "Everyone upon the earth will perish." Applying the exercises enhances your awareness of these traits in humans, so try them and do not neglect them. The question: if humans are not immortal, what is expected of them? It is expected that they will adapt to difficulties and cope with challenges, meaning they will be flexible and adaptable. And so did ancient humans. They continued to evolve with the circumstances and change their characteristics to avoid extinction with other extinct species. Therefore, we can also negate from humans the attribute of rigidity. So take it as a rule. Humans are not rigid. Darwin says, "Survival is not for the smartest or the strongest, but for the fastest to adapt." When you understand this, you will not remain fixed in your life, but will change, diversify, and alter, for this is the original nature of humans. The exercise. Mention 3 principles you have abandoned and accept your decision to abandon them, repeatedly saying, "Humans are not rigid." When you realize that humans renew, change, and abandon some of their opinions for their survival, and they did so in the past and still do this in the present, you will discover an important aspect of human nature, which is the lack of definition or identification. No matter how you try to define and identify humans, you will not be able to do so due to their numerous changes and adaptations. So take it as a rule. Humans are not definable, meaning they cannot be defined. When you understand this, you will hesitate to judge others, as you may judge someone who has changed, evolved, and altered, while you are unaware of their developments, still judging them based on past actions. Notice how your horizon expands when you know these rules. Your judgments have stopped because of the difficulty of defining humans. The exercise. Mention 3 people you judged unfairly and reconsider your judgment, saying, "Humans cannot be defined." Since humans change, evolve, and rapidly transform in a way that cannot be defined or determined, we can say that all these attempts by humans are for the sake of immortality and survival. They seek evolution because they are not convinced of their inevitable demise. Thus, we negate the attribute of contentment from humans, so take it as a rule. Humans are not content, meaning humans are not satisfied with their ignorance, weakness, and vulnerability. God has affirmed the attribute of discontent in them, saying, "Indeed, man to his Lord is ungrateful," meaning ungrateful and not content with the blessings of God. Therefore, it can be said that the human being is not content with the creation of God for him, so his nature is not perfect, and therefore he insists on perfecting it, and his body is not immortal, so he insists on immortalizing it. The exercise. Mention 3 things you have not achieved and still insist on achieving them, then declare your relinquishment of them and be content, repeatedly saying, "Humans are not content." Since humans are not content and are dissatisfied with their short lives, 70-80 years on average, it is expected that humans will hasten to acquire everything they can from this life. Therefore, haste is one of their traits. God says, "Man is created of haste," and he says, "and man is hasty." Thus, we can also negate the attribute of patience from humans, so humans are not patient. When you understand this rule, you will reduce recklessness and haste in your life, and you will understand why others rush, and you will not blame them when they demand quick completion of their tasks. The exercise. Recall 3 situations where you rushed and regretted it, and recall 3 situations where others asked you to hurry and you did not rush. Accept it, for this is part of being human, and repeat, "Man is not patient." We finished the section of attributes that we negated from humans by saying, "Humans are not such and such." We said that humans are not 1. Knowledgeable, 2. Infallible, 3. Perfect, 4. Strong, 5. Free, 6. Immortal, 7. Rigid, 8. Definable, 9. Content, and 10. Patient. We now move to the second section, where we will discuss the attributes we affirm in humans by saying humans are such and such, or humans are prone to such and such. So the question now, what confirms that humans are ignorant and make mistakes, etc.? The answer is their losses, as humans always lose. So take it as a rule, humans are prone to loss. God says, "Indeed, mankind is in loss," meaning humans by their nature lose more than they gain. Humans are losers, in general. When you understand this, you will accept future losses because you must lose. There is no human who always wins. Yes, there is no permanent profit but constant loss, for this is the illusion of life. The exercise. Mention 3 major losses you experienced in the past and accept them repeatedly, saying audibly, "Indeed, mankind is in loss." When humans lose, and this is their nature of constant loss, it is expected that they will feel anxious constantly. Therefore, we will affirm the trait of anxiety in humans, so take it as a rule. Humans are prone to anxiety. Humans are anxious beings. Thus, God affirmed it by saying, "Indeed, mankind was created anxious." Humans panic, worry, and fear because they see themselves in constant loss. When you understand this information, you will change your perspective on these feelings. You will look at anxiety, fear, and panic differently, and you will accept them because they are inherent traits in you. You will not fear facing the public because humans are inherently anxious, and you will understand the unjustified panic of others because it is their original human nature. The exercise. Mention 3 situations where you panicked and calm yourself audibly, repeatedly saying, "Indeed, mankind was created anxious." If humans, being anxious, are expected to panic when they lose. Therefore, take it as a rule. Humans are prone to worry. Humans are worried. Thus, God affirmed it by saying, "Indeed, mankind was created anxious. When evil touches him, he is worrying." When you understand this rule, you will expect anxiety and worry, for this is your nature, and you will know that worry is inevitable. And we have certainly created man into hardship. When you understand this rule, you will accept the problems that confront you daily as natural, and you will be content with them without panic or worry. The exercise. Mention 3 problems that make you panic and worry, and accept your condition repeatedly, saying audibly, "Humans are prone to worry." Also, accept these problems and worries as part of life, repeatedly saying, "And we have certainly created man into hardship." When humans fear loss and feel anxious and panicked because of it, and then are afflicted with worry and grief, they will have 2 options. 1. Either despair, or 2. Corruption. Let's start with despair. Despair is a trait of humans affirmed by God, so he said, "And if evil touches him, he is despairing and ungrateful." Likewise, he said, "And when we bestow favor upon man, he turns away and distances himself. And when evil touches him, he is despairing." Therefore, take it as a rule. Humans are prone to despair. Humans are always in despair. Despair is from the nature of humans, not from the nature of animals. Humans despair and then commit suicide, while animals do not despair and do not commit suicide. The rule exercise. Recall 3 situations where you despaired and calm yourself repeatedly by saying Allah's words, "Do not despair of the mercy of Allah." Despair may come after the stage of worry, so does corruption, which is the path of evil that a person chooses for themselves. Their own selves command them to evil, as God says, "Indeed, the soul is inclined to evil." Thus, we can affirm the trait of evil in humans and say, humans are inherently evil-driven. When you feel despair, hopelessness, and losses due to, for example, a financial loss, you may think of theft and financial corruption. When you understand this information, you will not rush to judge criminals as inherently corrupt and evil, but you will learn that evil is ingrained in humans. You will also understand your own inclination to evil and its desires to commit evil when it whispers to you. The exercise. Have you committed 3 minor evil crimes? If yes, seek forgiveness for your sin from these evils, seeking refuge with indeed, the soul is prone to evil. If a person follows their desires and engages in evil deeds because of their soul inclined to evil, it is likely that another inherent trait of human nature, which is blame, will emerge in them. So take it as a rule. Humans are prone to blame. Humans are regretful, a trait affirmed by God when He said, "No, I swear by the day of resurrection, and I swear by the reproaching soul." The reproaching soul reproaches the conscience of humans if they commit evil deeds. When you understand this rule, you will understand why you often regret past mistakes. The reason is your reproaching nature, the live conscience that awakens when you feel that you have violated a human value, a social or religious principle, or a legal norm, etc. The exercise. Recall 3 mistakes you made in the past and accept them, reducing the blame on yourself for them, repeatedly saying, "And I swear by the reproaching soul." Question: why does a person blame themselves after committing a mistake? That is, why do they feel remorse? The reason is the existence of an inherent trait in them from the traits of human nature, which is reason. So take it as a rule. Humans are prone to reason. Humans are rational beings. They think and ponder and know good from evil. God says, "And none will remember except the possessors of intellect." If humans did not have reason, they would feel that what they do of evil is correct, and they would not blame themselves. When you understand this rule, you will know that your evil deeds are due to the absence of your reason, and that your departure from evil will only occur when your reason is activated because you are a rational being. The exercise. Recall 3 mistakes you made due to the weakness of your reason, then repent from them, repeatedly saying, "And none will remember except the possessors of intellect." When you do not feel the reproaching self, and when you do not feel the remorse of your conscience due to your rational existence, another trait of human nature will emerge, which is the trait of emotion. So take it as a rule. Humans are prone to emotion. Humans are emotional beings. Humans are rational and emotional beings at the same time. So if their reason does not rebuke them, their hearts will. God says, "Then have they not traveled through the earth and have hearts by which to reason?" If your reason does not rebuke you, your heart will. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Sin is that which disturbs you and you do not want people to know about it." When you understand that, you will trust your heart when it reproaches you for committing evil. The exercise. Recall 3 situations where you committed evil deeds and your heart reproached you for them. Feel your guilt and repent to Allah, repeatedly saying, "Then have they not traveled through the earth and have hearts by which to reason?" If humans are rational and emotional beings, then they will need another inherent trait from their natural traits, which is the trait of speech. So take it as a rule. Humans are prone to communication. Humans are speaking beings, or as they say, speaking animals. Humans need speech and language because they need to express their minds and emotions to others. They need to communicate with those around them. When you understand that, you will understand why people love to chatter. They are practicing their original nature and their innate taste, meaning the speech of the human language. Other animals cannot speak the human language, and this has been tested on chimpanzees, and they could not speak it. Therefore, spoken language expression is one of the original traits of humans. The exercise. Do you communicate with others? Speak and express yourself in front of others, repeatedly saying, humans are speaking beings and prone to communication. Question: why does a person love to speak? That is, why is he a speaking being? In short, because he wants to communicate with those around him. He is a social being, and this is a major truth about humans. So take it as a rule. Humans are prone to engagement. Humans are social beings. Humans cannot live in isolation from others, even if they claim otherwise, as they cannot feel secure except with members of their human community. When you understand this rule, you will know why you feel suffocated when you distance yourself from people or cut off some friends. You will understand why you feel happier even with virtual friends on the internet. And you will understand why people love their communities and do not violate their traditions and customs. They are social beings. The exercise. Recall 3 situations where you isolated yourself from people and declare that you will not repeat those situations, confirming that humans are social beings and prone to engagement. We have established the traits of humans with the phrase, humans are beings with such and such traits, and they are prone to such and such. We said that humans are prone to 1. Loss, 2. Anxiety, 3. Worry, 4. Despair, 5. Corruption, 6. Blame, 7. Reason, 8. Emotion, 9. Communication, and 10. Engagement. We will now move to the 3rd section to discuss what humans love using the phrase, humans love such and such. When a person is a social being, it is expected that they will love their interests. So take it as a rule. Humans love their interests, meaning that they are opportunistic beings who go where the interest goes and stop where it stops. When you understand that, you will understand others and consider their interests when negotiating with them. Any negotiation that is not based on a win-win relationship will fail because it overlooks the human love for interests. The exercise. Recall 3 situations where you negotiated with people, prioritizing your own interests and neglecting theirs. Then decide to consider the interests of others, repeatedly saying, humans love their interests. Question: what is the reason that makes humans love their interests? The reason is another desire in human nature, which is, humans love comparison. The human mind forces humans to compare, always providing a point of comparison. That is, they always compare what they have with what others have. When they see that others have more than they do, they become more eager to increase their own interests. In other words, if humans did not compare, they would not care about their interests. When you understand this rule, you will understand why you feel gloomy when you compare yourself to others. It's your nature that seeks your interests, but finds them less than others' interests. The exercise. Recall 3 people you compare yourself to. Decide not to compare. Then warn yourself about your human nature, saying, humans love comparison. Since humans love their interests, and since they compare their interests with those of others, seeing them as more than their own, there is another inherent desire in their human nature that dominates them, which is the love of possession. So take it as a rule. Humans love possession, meaning that they love hoarding, miserliness, and clinging. Miserliness and stinginess are part of their original nature. God says, and man is stingy. That is, he is miserly and stingy with what he has. This is the nature of the soul. God also says, and whoever is protected from the stinginess of his soul. When you understand this rule, you will understand why you withhold some of your possessions and why people withhold some of their possessions. You will understand the nature of the miserly human being, as it is a fixed principle of human nature. The exercise. Recall 3 things you are stingy with and repeat, "And man is stingy." Always remember that when you repeat these exercises to yourself, you will internalize these foundations of human nature within yourself and will not forget them. And the question now, what happens when humans love interest, comparison, and possession? Another trait emerges, which is the love of power. So take it as a rule. Humans love power. They love to be leaders, princes, or kings, because without power, they will not possess anything. Power guarantees their interests. When you understand this, you will know why people fight over power and oppress each other. The love of power reveals 2 faults in humans: oppression of people and ingratitude for blessings. God says, "Indeed, man is unjust and ungrateful." The exercise. Recall 3 positions you and others fought for, or people generally fight for, and repeat, "Humans love power. Indeed, man is unjust and ungrateful." We said that if a person loves power, they will become oppressive. And now we also say that there is another desire that will also prevail, which is the love of contention. A person will not attain power except through oppression and contention. So take it as a rule. Humans love contention. God says He created man from a sperm drop. Then, at once, he is a clear adversary. And He said, "Indeed, we created him from a sperm drop mixture." Then, at once, he is a clear adversary. When you understand this rule, you will know the reasons for your love of argumentation and disputes, as the reason is the love of power and the desire for high status among people, just as winning in an argumentative battle is no different from winning in a political battle. The exercise. Recall 3 situations where you argued and disputed with others. Decide not to argue, reminding yourself of, He created man from a sperm drop, then at once he is a clear adversary. So, we said that the love of power implants in human nature 1. Oppression, and 2. The love of contention and argumentation. And now we add to the above 3. The love of alignment. Alignment is part of human nature. So take it as a rule. Humans love alignment. They love their type and kind, meaning that they love to incline towards those who resemble and agree with them. And this is driven by their being social beings. Moreover, this inclination towards those who resemble them helps them form their parties and groups. When you understand this rule, you will know why some people dislike or like others without reason. The reason is that human nature tends to incline towards those who resemble it. The exercise. Recall 3 people you dislike for no reason and reject your hatred, and repeat saying, "Humans love alignment." In addition to the above, the love of power instills a 4th inherent desire in human nature, which is the love of acting. So take it as a rule. Humans love acting, and the earth is nothing but a stage, as they say. So humans love power, humans love oppression, then contention, then alignment, and then acting. So humans love acting. When you understand this rule, you will understand why your sadness is rehearsed and staged when someone tells you their mother passed away. You will understand why people act when they apologize to you for a mistake they committed against you. Acting is fundamental in human nature. The exercise. Recall 3 situations where you acted contrary to your feelings and regretted it. Accept this acting repeatedly, saying, "Humans love acting." Finally, take it as a rule. Humans love comfort. And this is a 5th reason branching from the love of power. Humans love power, so they love oppression, then contention, then alignment, then acting, and then comfort. The primary reason for the love of power is the love of servants, prestige, service, and benefit, and thus obtaining comfort, which is an inherent desire in humans. When you understand this rule, you will understand why you wish to acquire wealth and leave your job. You love comfort and rest. And you will understand why people completely leave their jobs. The reason is the love of comfort. You will also understand why people are late or absent from work. The reason is the love of comfort. The exercise. Recall 3 people who left their jobs and you were surprised by their behavior. Repeat audibly. Humans love comfort. To summarize the third section, we said that humans love 1. Interest, 2. Comparison, 3. Possession, 4. Power, 5. Contention, 6. Alignment, 7. Action, and 8. Comfort. Here we come to the final session of the Human Nature course. In this course, we learned a lot about the basics of our human nature and inclinations of our souls. Through this course, you understood yourself more than before and became aware of the intricacies within. You also understood others, which will help you in your social relationships. It's enough from this course not to forget to repeat these statements to yourself. If someone makes a mistake, repeat audibly, "Humans are not infallible." And if your friend insists on contacting you, repeat audibly, "Humans are speaking beings." And if they portray sadness, repeat audibly, "Humans love acting." And if they insist on something, repeat audibly, "Humans are not content." If they argue with reason, repeat, "Humans are rational beings," and thus judge accordingly. This course, Human Nature, is taken from the book Educational Programs by Muteb Alqarni.